بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So now moving on to the sixth place where you bring the kalam contrary to the normal rules is وضع الخبر موضع الإنشاء. Okay, we'll discuss this inshallah. So ومنها أي ومن مواضع التي يخرج الكلام على خلاف مقتضى الظاهر. Those places, those scenarios where you bring the kalam contrary to the normal rule is one of those is وضع الخبر موضع الإنشاء لغرض. Is to place the khabar instead of what? Insha. So it should have been insha, but what do? Use khabar. For some kind of gharaz, some kind of purpose, some kind of reasoning. For example, what are these reasoning? He's mentioned 1, 2, he's mentioned 3 reasons here. Okay? Kattafa'ul. What does fa'al mean? To take good omens. So tafa'ul is to take good omens. So for example, if I say to you, Hadaka Allahu li salih al-a'mal. Hadaka is fa'il what? Fa'ilun. So fa'il madhin. So I say fa'il madhin. If I said this to you, this is what's implied by this in the Arabic literature? What's meant by this? It's a dua. Correct? Hadaka Allahu li salih al-a'mal. Doesn't mean Allah has guided you. It means what? May Allah guide you. So it's insha'iyya. It's not a khabar, it's insha'. But instead of insha', mawdi' al-insha', what have we brought? Khabar, which is fa'il madhi in this scenario. The purpose of this is what? The hadaka Allahu li salih al-a'mal. May Allah guide. Why tafa'ul? Taking good omens that inshallah Allah has already guided you. So by bringing using the khabar instead of the fa'il madhi, by bringing the khabar instead of the mudari', what's happened? Bringing the fa'il madhi, which is the khabar, instead of the amr. Instead of saying Allahumma ihdihi li salih al-a'mal. Instead of saying this, when we say this, we are saying what? We are hoping that more than likely Allah will accept this dua. That's why we express it via the khabar instead of the insha. Another is izharul raghbah. You could say similar to this, but not only are you hoping that it will occur, you're trying to show how much you want it to happen. So for example, I want to meet you. So say we're parting. We met for a short time. We're parting. I want to meet you again. What do I say? Razaqani Allahu liqa'ak. May Allah grant me the chance to visit you again, see you again. So it is a sign of tafa'ul. But along with the tafa'ul, what does it have? A raghbah, that I really want to meet you. So I'm hoping that it comes to fruition, my meeting you. Do you understand? والاحتراز عن سورة الأدب. والاحتراز عن سورة الأمر تأدبا. احتراز to avoid bringing the kalam in the form, the form of an amr. Why? Ta'adduban, out of respect. Because for example, let's say somebody is older than you. I don't know if it happens in English, but for example, somebody is older than you in Arabic or in Urdu, you don't use the amr sayga. You say, start. Because using amr is kind of what? A bit of, has a kind of, it's a command. Instead of saying start, they will say, the teacher will commence his food. Instead of saying cool, they will say the teacher will commence eating the food before us. That means you start eating, then we'll eat. That's the way you express it. So why do you do? You use khabariya. You will start eating first, or the teacher will start. You don't even use the word you sometimes. You use a ghaib sayga to show that you're not you. That use it in a third person is more respectful. Yes, and that means you guys start eating please so we can eat, but more politely. So you say ihtiraz by avoiding the form or the appearance of an amr out of respect. So for example, instead of saying Ya Mawlaya, oh my master, unzur, look at my matter, I know, have a look. He says Yanduru Mawlaya fi amri. My master will have a look in my matter. Okay? You following?
What's the scenario? He's telling the master to look, or
he's telling him to look, but instead of saying you look, say look. You're saying Yanduru Mawlaya. Let's say I'm talking to you. You're my leader. You're superior or something. You're saying instead of saying Undur ya Mawlaya, what do you say? Yanduru Mawlaya. My Mawla will look. So I'm not even using the word you. I'm just using a ghaib sayha for more respect, and I'm using it as a khabar, as a khabariya, as opposed to insha'iyya. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Look at this example here. The Prophet ﷺ, Aslam and Ghifar are 2 tribes. So the Prophet ﷺ said regarding them, Aslam, Salamah Allah. May Allah be at peace with Salim, Aslam, sorry. the tribe of Aslam. وغفار غفر الله لها. May Allah forgive Ghifar. So using what? Madi here, and we're using Madi here again. Why? Because it's hard raghba, that he really wants them to be to get this, or tafa'ul, that maybe Allah has. And all du'as are like this. All du'as fall in this category. Most du'as say when you don't talk to Allah, when you make dua for somebody else in front of their presence, in their presence, you don't say, oh, Allahumma ghfir li'adilin. Say, ghafarallahu lak. Rahimakallah. Afakallah. You don't use a ghaib say, this is how the Arabs speak. So all du'as come like this. Okay? Another one that's not mentioned in here, but we mentioned in the previous book, is Mubalagah fil amri. Remember I told you? وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ لَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ. So instead of saying, وَأَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُوا. لَا تَسْفِكُوا is Amr, that you will not shed blood. So instead of saying, don't shed blood, what did Allah change it to? The mudari. Because why mudari is what? That this is a fact. That you will not be shedding blood. So it gives more emphasis, mubalagh of the command. Instead of saying, وَلَا تُخْرِجُوا. وَلَا تُخْرِجُوا, we say, وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ. Instead of using nahyu, use what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has expressed it via the sigha of mudari. Why? Because by using a mudari, it's saying it's going to happen. Is it, for example, remember the same example than before? وَلَا جِدَالَ وَلَا فُسُوقَ وَلَا فُسُوقَ وَلَا جِدَالَ فِي الْحَجِّ. So وَلَا فُسُوقَ فِي الْحَجِّ. It's a khabar, isn't it? There should be no fighting in Hajj. Lots of fighting take place. People argue all the time. So it's not that it's a khabar, it's a foreseen prophecy. What is it? It's a command. But by saying there will be no food in the madrasa, or there will be no food today after class, it's saying, well, it's a command, don't eat in here. You understand? Or no one will be going home early. That's instead of saying don't go home early, you have punishment, you have detention, it's another way of saying it. Because when you express something via mudari as if it's going to happen, I'm stating a fact, I'm not doing a request. Because normally what happens, if you do a request first, then you have a choice to process it and then make it into a reality. A reality or a fact. Correct? Get it? I make a request to you, do you think, shall I not? You got a choice. Then it comes a reality. I'm saying here, that choice factor has gone. I'm just telling you, لا تخرجون أنفسكم من دياركم. لا جدال في الحج. You understand? You following? So these are some of the reasons where you use a khabar, jumlatul khabariyya instead of jumlatul insha'iyya. Following? Any questions regarding this? Yeah. Which one? Yeah, Ithari raghba is that you want to show and express how much you desire that this happens. So may Allah grant me a chance to meet you. So you want to say, I want to meet you so badly, I'm using the fi'l madhi. So it just falls under this a bit. Hopefully it will happen, and I'm using it because I want it to happen so much. Then instead of saying, Allahumma rzuqni liqa'ahu. Yeah, inshallah, Allah sayarzuqni liqa'ak. I'm using fi'l madhi. Razaqani Allahu liqa'ak.
So you said for the last part, you said that the fi'l mudari is used because you're not stating a fact, you're not demanding. So then, how when Allah uses a madi, what's the differentiation there?
But between madi and mudari, that's another thing. When you use madi, when you use mudari. So madi can be used as a mudari for certain reasons, but then you can also have the amr in a khabar form. So it's two separate issues. So the two separate issues are what? That you can have a mudari express how? Via the madi. Like for example, the umur of qiyamah, the matters of the day of qiyamah. We express it via, Allah expresses it many times in the Quran via qiyamah. Ata amrullahi fala tasta'jilu. Yeah. وَسُيِّرَتِ الْجِبَالُ فَكَانَتْ سَرَابًا. All of it's fi'l madi. So that's by saying how, that's for tahaqqul wuqu', to show that how sure we are of its occurrence, we're using fi'l madi. And another thing that follows similar pattern is insha'iyya. It should be an amr or insha, but then it's expressed via what? Well, khabariyya. This can be both madi or mudari, and either will both have their own fawaid. Do you understand? سبحان الله بحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.